It is phenomenal, quite frankly, to see you all. Welcome in. For the first 400 people tuning into the live, I hope your day has been quite splendid so far. It's good to see ya. It really is. It's really good to see you all. For the first 600 of you guys, you're the early birds. If you've been an early bird before, you already know the drill. If you haven't been an early bird before, this is your task, okay? These TikTok lives are incredibly reliant on early engagement to send out on that For You page. And seriously, the live sending out on the For You page is what determines if we have good debates or like no debates and simply trolls. So if you want to see some debates, if you want to see some conversations, start spamming the likes, dippity tap tap away on that phone screen, start spamming the shares, couple of friends, or copy the link and spam the comment section. Now, we are going to go ahead and hop right into the debates, wasting no time, hopping right to. So let's go ahead and take a look at our guest requests. We do need to be quite clear. If you're in the queue, make sure you're MAGA. Make sure you voted for Trump. We only want debates. If you are a liberal, a Democrat, a Harris supporter, a troll, please do not hop in the queue. But let's go ahead and see what we got in that queue. Let's go ahead and pull up our first guest of the night, Mr. Chris. Hello, Chris. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You did. And why the hell did you decide to vote for the worst presidential candidate in modern American history?
Well, I can explain that. But before we get into that, I do want to ask you a question. How do you feel about Harry Sisson getting paid by the DNC?
Harry's not paid by the DNC.
It's on the FEC. So
on the FEC filing, you have payments from the DNC to Pallet Management. Is Pallet Management Harry? Nope.
No, but it does say Harry Sisson. Would you like me to
no?
Put the dates in?
Then what you're referencing is going to be from fun groups to Harry, not the DNC. What's the DNC?
It is the Democratic Nationalist Committee, I believe is the name.
And would you say that the DNC is a singular entity?
No.
Yeah.
Of course
yes.
not.
The DNC is a singular private entity.
Yeah, it's ran by multiple people.
So now when you get payments from an action fund, right, that is not the DNC. No, that is not money from the DNC. And I just want to make it clear, he's gotten a total of about $20,000 in payments from action funds 3 years ago. I've done the math. If he were to still be doing what he does today because of the payments from those action funds, he'd be making less than $2 an hour.
It doesn't matter. Y'all still claim that he doesn't get paid by him, but it clearly...
Because it's not the DNC.
Okay, but he still gets paid by somebody of the Democratic Party. Do you not?
I get paid by people associated with the Democratic Party all the time. That's what I get through donations. Charlie Kirk gets paid by people associated with the Republican Party. Donald Trump gets paid by people associated with the Republican Party.
But they don't sit here and say that they don't get paid by them. You sit here and say that Harry.
No, we say that we don't get paid by the DNC, and Harry's never been paid by the DNC.
Okay, well.
It's clear as day as long as you have like some level of self-awareness. The DNC is one singular private entity, right? And the Action Fund, in which paid Harry 3 years ago for social media, for advice on social media, is its own singular, unique entity that is under no larger umbrella associated with or belonging to the DNC. And Harry has never denied getting paid $10,000 by an Action Fund 3 years ago. But it is not the DNC, and that's the facts.
Well,
so then say it out loud. Harry is not paid by the DNC.
I've seen it on the FEC, but we can
show me on the FEC where Harry's paid by the DNC.
Would you like me to send you the link? I'll send you the link.
I want you to show it on the stream.
I can't open up my camera.
Okay. Well, if you want to know, it's not the DNC. It's an action fund.
Okay.
Is a private action fund he got paid by the DNC?
I mean, sure, whatever. We can agree to disagree.
Wrong. It's not an agree to disagree.
Yeah,
it's not one of those situations. Kristen, thank you for the $10 on Venmo from the DNC. I appreciate you, Kristen. It's seriously not an agree to disagree.
Brother.
What does that mean?
Spurging?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, it's like you're kind of like getting all emotional over it, and
What am
you're
I getting
nervous about.
emotional over? I'm trying to describe to you
You
how
get
you're wrong and you
emotional.
can't handle it.
You get emotional over a lot of things. No, no, brother, I'm
Chris,
not.
like the
I can
accusation
definitely
of me
handle
being
it.
emotional just because I discredited and refuted and disproved what you said is fucking embarrassing. You
It's
said he's
not.
gotten payments by the DNC. He
You
has
pull it up
not
on the
gotten a single
FEC.
payment by the DNC.
You
On
pull
the
it up on the
FEC, it
FEC.
does not say he's ever been paid by the DNC.
That's you're full of shit, dude.
How much do you want to bet?
How
Let's
much
bet
you
money.
wanna bet?
Put money where your mouth is. How much money do you want to
I'm
bet?
not betting anything, but that
So then you
doesn't.
know that you're wrong, and the only reason
No,
why you
no,
won't
that
admit it is
doesn't.
because you're embarrassed to admit it in front of 2,000
That
people.
does not equate that I'm wrong. That just
Okay, so
equates
then
that
put
I'm
money
not
where
going
your
to pay
mouth
you
is.
any
If you know that
money.
you're, oh, wait, if you're not going to pay me any money, you know by making the bet, you'd be paying me money because you're wrong.
No.
Yes, because you wouldn't be paying me any money if you're right. In fact, I'd be paying you.
No, because I don't expect you to pay me anything, and I'm not going to pay you anything. Like that's
I'm
childish.
literally telling you, I want to give you money
What
if
is
you're
this
right because
fucking
I
middle
know that you're
school?
wrong.
You want to bet? What is this middle
Wait.
school?
Betting money is middle school? I have a question.
No.
Can middle schoolers go to the casino?
No.
So then betting money's not a middle school thing to do.
Yeah, but making just like random bets with random people is kind of dumb.
Well, because it demonstrates that
Elementary.
you're unwilling to put money where your mouth is because you know that you're incorrect. I'm going to go ahead and say it again. And when you refute it, because I know that you'll reject reality, I actually want you to provide reason. So here's the explanation insofar as how Harry Sisson is exactly not paid by the DNC. You referenced his FEC filings. He's been paid $10,000 or $20,000 in the last 3 years by private entities, private action funds. And a private action fund is not the DNC. The DNC is actually its own unique entity. And I believe the particular action fund he got paid by was the Democracy Defense Action Fund. And the Democracy Defense Action Fund is a private entity, separate and distinct from the DNC. So you can't equate the DNC to be the Democracy Defense Action Fund because they're two separate entities.
Hey, can I ask you another question?
Respond to what I just said first.
Well, we're past that.
No, we're not. Chris,
Well,
we're not past
because
that.
you're not going to be wrong, but I want to ask you another question.
No, Chris, we're not past that. Can you refute? what I
Does it
said?
make you feel like so manly with
Chris,
that
without,
mute button?
yes. So
Yeah, I
will you
bet it
please
does.
respond to what I just said?
Let's go on a neutral live.
I no, I'm literally not gonna allow
I want
you.
to go on a neutral live where that mute button means nothing.
Okay, so
and
you're running away from my
I'm not running
explanation
away
so far
from
as how Harry
anything.
Sisson's not paid by the DNC.
No, I've already made my claim.
Yeah,
The
well,
FEC
exactly,
proves you
exactly.
wrong.
Chris, you made the claim and then you didn't listen to the refutation.
And then
the
you
FBC
just
does not
admitted-
prove me wrong.
You just admitted to everybody that he does get paid by Democratic ran entities.
He
You
got
just
paid by an
admitted it.
action fund 3 years ago. He's admitted that for years.
He claims that he doesn't get paid by anybody. Though.
No, dude, I'm on live all the time with Harry. He talks
He's
about
went
how he's
on
gotten
live
paid $10,000 to
television and said
$20,000
that.
by an action fund 3 years ago for social media like advice. Yeah, I mean, you're just lying. Like, dude, Chris, your worldview is inherently reliant on lies. The FEC does not prove me wrong.
Okay, well, whatever you say. But
It is whatever I say. So, do you have a refutation, or are you going to give it up?
I just read. I read it. So I know,
I just want to be clear on Harry Sisson's FEC filings. Does it say that he has received a payment from the DNC?
No.
Thank you, Chris. So then he's not paid by the DNC.
No, but he is paid by other Democratic ran entities.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. So now we've agreed that you're wrong and I'm right. Thank you.
But we can also agree on the fact that he sat here and said that he's not getting paid by Democratic entities on live television.
No, he said he's not
that
getting
several
paid by
times.
by the DNC.
Oh, so now we're just picking and choosing. Man, are y'all attorneys or something? Like what's up with that?
Yes, we're absolutely picking and choosing to respond to the claim that has been falsely announced and widespread by yourself and Fox News. Did you or did you not come into this live and say that Harry Sisson has been paid by the DNC?
Yes, I did.
Exactly. And that is the claim that's wrong.
But okay, but you just agreed that he's getting paid by Democratic.
He got paid by an action fund years ago. This isn't a concession. This isn't me finally coming out about the truth. This is something that Harry's admitted to for years, and it's not even something to admit to. It's a fact. And you know, every single Republican that you've ever watched, enjoyed, or wanted to hear more from, they've been paid not tens of thousands of dollars over the course of the last 4 years by these action funds, but try multi-millions of dollars.
Yeah, well, Dean, that's not the issue. The issue is that he claims that he's not getting paid by somebody when in fact he
Chris,
is. That's
that's
the issue.
that statement has already been refuted. He's claimed that he's not getting paid by the DNC.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do more research on that, but I seen what the
You should do more research on more than just that.
Okay, well then let's move to a different topic. Um, I really feel like you need to quit getting so emotional. It's not that big of a deal, brother.
Yeah, so Chris, just to claim that I'm getting emotional, first of all, doesn't address or
See,
respond to
now your
anything that I've
tone's
said.
changing because I called you out on it.
Chris, so are you? So we got the tone police on the live?
No.
Yeah,
but-
no, you are literally the tone police. You literally just interrupted me to speak about my tone.
Yeah,
Hush.
because it
Let
just changed because I
let the
called you out on it.
5, 4, 3. Let the big boy talk. So first of all, no, I'm not getting emotional.
That's fine.
The thing is I speak with passion, especially to dumbasses such as yourself. I think time to time you need it, and I also just think it's absolutely hilarious that the only thing you know how to say when you join my live is Dean is too emotional. And you don't want to talk about politics. You don't want to talk about policy.
I mean,
you don't
I'm
want to talk
trying
about
to
picks
get
for the
to that.
presidency. Hush up, buddy. Let the real man finish. And because because you can't hold yourself in these conversations. So why did you vote for Trump, man?
Why did I vote for Trump?
Yeah.
His 2A policies are less extreme than Kamala.
Okay. So first of all, I have a question. Out of the last 2 administrations, who's the only administration to sign any gun reform into law?
It doesn't need. We don't need really any crazy gun reform because the gun reform that y'all propose will not change anything.
That's not the
And that's-
question I asked you.
Well, nobody, not to my knowledge.
Okay, so that's false. Isabella, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. So under Trump's 4 years, he signed red flag laws into effect, as well as a bump stock ban. Meanwhile, Biden and Harris signed.
Oh well, yeah, he did do that, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with Trump on that.
Okay, so if we reflect back
I don't
onto
like
the
the
last
NRA
2
either.
administrations, what we will see is that the only presidency that signed any gun reform into law was Trump, not Biden and Harris.
Yeah, but Harris also has proclaimed that she wants to ban AR-15s.
Oh yeah, and I think I might agree with her. I got a question for you. If banning AR-15s outright, and let's just say every other gun in America, saved the lives of more innocent children, would you be okay with it?
Yeah, but that's not the reality, and that wouldn't
Okay.
happen. You said every gun outright?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah. If we lived in a fantasy world, of course, but that's
Okay.
not.
So,
that's not what
so
we
in
live
other
in.
words, you'd be okay with banning a gun and it saved more innocent lives.
No.
So you're not okay with banning a gun and infringing upon your rights to own if it saves more innocent lives. Blown, thank you for the money gun. However, you are okay with banning abortion and restricting.
Okay,
women's
so
access
Dean,
to healthcare
Dean,
because,
Dean-
okay, Chris, one more interruption and I'm going to kick you.
Okay, we'll finish. Because I got a rebuttal to this because I'm an SOT3, so I know what I'm
So
talking about.
you should let me finish the same way you should try to let your wife finish.
Okay, buddy.
So anyways, so you're not okay with banning guns even if it were to save the lives of more innocent children. However, you think that a woman should lose her right to access healthcare because you think it'll save the lives of more innocent children. Can you explain to me the hypocrisy in your beliefs?
So we can talk about abortion or we can talk about 2A, but we're not going to combine the two. That's not how this is going to go. So
Okay, so you just want to remove an argument off the chessboard because you can't address.
no.
or respond to it?
We can absolutely talk about abortion rights.
The only
but-
reason I'm mentioning abortion is because it's conceptually irrelevant to the point that you made.
No, because it's
I
completely
demonstrated the conceptual relevancy. You can't just deny it. You have to refute it.
well. I'm not going to participate in that. We can talk about
Okay,
2A.
so if you're willingly opting not to participate in the debate, I can move on to the next guest.
We
I'm
can-
here to,
we
and
can
I'm
talk
here
about
to engage
2A.
in conversations with people that want to participate in discussion.
Yeah, because you want me to deviate from the 2A argument. That's what you're
No,
wanting to
in
do.
fact, I demonstrated the
Because
conceptual
I'm-
relevancy because a deviation from the 2A argument would inherently entail some type of like pivot to another discussion that is not conceptually relevant. Once again, I've already explained the conceptual relevance of the point. So once again, you said that you're like the ability for you to own a gun and the right that you have to own a gun shouldn't be infringed upon, even if it was to save the lives of more innocent children. While at the same time, you think that a woman's right to access healthcare should be infringed upon because it will save the lives of more innocent children. The reason why this point is conceptually irrelevant is it demonstrates your hypocrisy insofar as being a total 2A absolutist to no end, while expecting a woman to lose her right to healthcare for the same reason in which I would posit it is necessary to ban some guns.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this: what type of firearm is an AR-15? Can you answer
Okay.
that?
So I'm actually not going to answer that until you
No,
respond to the
because
conceptual relevancy of the question.
it is relevant. It is relevant. I'm building
No,
an
it's-
argument.
no, it's not,
What
Chris.
type is it? How many? Okay, well,
See,
I
that's the
can
thing. You building an argument is not relevant because I gave you an argument that I want you to respond to.
and I'm going to respond to it.
Then do it.
Okay, so an AR-15 is considered a rifle. How many people in the United States are unalived by rifles a
Oh
year?
wait, Chris, we already talked about this. There's less people unalived with rifles in comparison to feet and hands, right? Do you
Yep.
remember the point that I ran on you last time? How many
No,
people were
because
unalived with
Parker
nukes
was
last year?
starting, so I didn't know. I could not understand what you were saying, and I was in Parker's live, so I was mainly listening to Parker. I
How
wasn't
many people
listening.
were unalived with nukes last year?
Huh?
In
How many
America,
people
how
are
many people
unalived
are
with
unalived with nukes?
Okay, that's a very, very crazy argument, but
Okay,
it
Chris.
was none.
So far, I've given you two arguments, and you haven't.
You're
responded
comparing a
either.
fucking
So you just
rifle
said.
to a
So you just said.
WMP.
So you just
That's
said.
insane.
So you just said zero. So I have a question. What killed more people last year, feet and hands or nukes?
That's an insane argument.
It's actually not an argument. It's a
It really
question.
is
It's a question,
because you're
Chris.
trying to compare something
So,
that
so Chris,
somebody can.
I'm
own.
actually just going to give you one last opportunity
I
to
don't give
answer
a
the
shit.
question. So you pivoted around the conceptual relevant point that I made relating to abortion, and now after recognizing your argument, I can understand that I also made the same point to you on Parker's Live. In fact, you pivoted around the same point on Parker's Live to the same thing. In fact, I remember having this identical conversation with you on Parker's Live where I gave you the same question, proposing and purporting the same argument, and you responded to it with the same counter argument of asking me what the classification of an AR is, and then you ran it into the same point, and then I gave you the same counter objection relating it to nukes killing less people than hands and feet, and then you gave the same response of calling it a crazy argument. Chris, you are not going to become a better debater. You're not going to become a more rational person. And you're not going to build better foundational beliefs to understand reality based upon of whenever anybody says something that disagrees with you, that's objectively understandable and refutes what you believe in is just quote unquote crazy. The way that you're supposed to engage in arguments purported by those that disagree with you isn't by merely calling them crazy, but is actually to rebuke them. And if you're unable to rebut any position that I've tried to detail to you insofar as our conversation today, I'm just going to move on because I'm not here to have my beliefs called crazy. I'm here to have my beliefs explained and proven false.
You done using the mute button, big man?
Yeah, I muted you because you have less impulse control than the family dog inside the house, and sometimes I have to sit the bad boys down while I'm speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I know,
And
I know.
also, can you
You're
notice
such a
how
big man.
the whole thing about how now all you want to talk about is how I'm muting you and how I'm such a big man has nothing to do with anything I just said? This is like what, the fourth pivot so far in our conversation? I think you need to. I think that you need to actually respond to the substance.
And I will.
Then do it.
But honestly, Dean, I really think we should go on a neutral live where you can't use that mute button.
Once again, not responding to substance. You have exactly 10 seconds before I kick you to respond to substance.
Oh, and I'm gonna fucking cry because you kick me? 2-1, go ahead. I don't care. 2-1, go ahead.
Perfect. All
There
right,
you
you've
go.
opted out of the debate. See ya, Chris. Moving on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Chris opted out of the debate. Perfect. All right, we got our next guest joining the live, ladies and gentlemen. Chris opted out of the debate. And let's go and get our next guest up of the box. We got Scabber loading in. For the 2.5 thousand people hanging out with us in here today, y'all, make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 500,000 likes. What's going on, Scabber? Did you vote for Trump?
Of course I did.
Okay, why is that?
Greatest president ever.
Okay, why?
Well, let's put it this way. How old are you?
I'm 20.
20, okay. 28. So when Trump first got elected, I had my business. I just started. I was 18. Was going amazing. Made the most money ever in those 4 years. After Biden came in, within that first year, lost everything.
Okay, I have a question.
Worst
So, what percentage of
president ever.
businesses? What percentage of businesses succeed and don't fail in the first 10 years?
It's not even about that. It's just everything when Biden came in, everything he messed up the whole economy.
How?
Everything was terrible. What he did.
So, what did Biden do to mess up the economy?
What didn't he do?
No, that's not an
was
answer to
shit.
the question. The
Everything
statement-
went. The
Yes,
prices were
Scabber, this statement, what didn't he do, in response to my question of what he did do, is just a rhetorical device to tell me that you don't fucking know and you just don't want to admit it.
No, it's
Name
not
a
about
policy that Biden signed into law that negatively impacted the economy.
It's not about
Tracy, thank you,
policies.
paper.
Yeah, it could be like 1% of people know the policies or not. It's not about the policy. It's just the way the presidents run the world or
So,
what they do.
so
And
if you're
I'm
implicating
letting you know right
that
now. At
Biden
your
did
age,
bad things to run the
let
economy,
me tell you
name
this.
one
At
of
your
them.
age, I was also
All
before
this is meaningless
Democratic.
nonsense. Tell
No,
me
I'm
what
just saying
Biden did to ruin
before
the
like
economy.
you will become a Republican. I was just like you. I
Scabber, the
was a
more I've learned, the
Democratic.
more I've read, the more Democratic I've become. I was a
No.
Republican when I
I
was
was
14 and
exactly
15.
like you. I'm just letting you know you're too young. I was
Scabber,
exactly like you.
all of this is
I was
irrelevant.
exactly like you. Trust me.
Can you see how all of this is irrelevant nonsense? You said
It's
that
not about
Biden.
irrelevant. I'm just letting you know that I was exactly like you, and you will
Okay,
change because your
quite
brain will
frankly, quite
develop.
frankly, quite
Your brain
frankly,
will
Scab,
develop,
quite frankly,
and
Scabber,
you will
I don't give a
understand
shit.
how it's all fake, how they all manipulate everything.
Shut up. You said that Biden ruined the economy. How? The whole age card is meaningless. I know more about politics than you do
Why was my mic muted?
because you were completely subtracting from any productive conversation by not answering my
But
questions and
that's
just
literally
talking
what
about
you
how good I am.
do. That's literally what you do. You do the
Please
same exact thing.
demonstrate to me how asking you what Biden did to ruin the economy after you said Biden ruined the economy
You
was
just
an
want a
irrelevant
robotic
detraction.
answer. You want a robotic answer. You want to know about policies and this and that. It's not always about everything it's everything that he does. It's not just always about the policies or
So
it's
then
like
if it's not policy, what did he do?
I I don't do crazy research on what he did, but I'm telling you from what my experience and all the people around me that everyone agrees is that the 4 years that we had Trump, everyone was living a way better life than the 4 years with Biden, and it's completely because you were too young when Trump was president, so you didn't even get to make any money. You were just playing your video games, doing nothing,
No,
and now with
false.
his 4 years with Biden.
I made and sold software starting when I was 13 or 14.
Okay,
No
and
one
what
knows.
are you a multimillionaire? No, so I didn't do anything. So relax.
What? I
And
literally paid for my mother's expenses.
oh my god, I did that when I was 12. Big deal. Um,
So if I made enough money to pay for my mother's expenses, obviously I have some familiarity with an experience of the economy under Trump. On top of that, right, this statement that unless you've made multi millions of dollars, you don't have sufficient information to speak on the economy. I
I
have a
didn't say
question.
that. I
Have
didn't
you
say
made
that.
multi millions of dollars?
Maybe, but I'm not gonna speak on my finances. But I will tell you, my life was a hundred times
So the answer is
better.
no.
No,
The answer
no.
is no.
Let me tell you this. My life was a million times better. And the funny thing is, when Trump got elected, I was a Democrat. But then
Okay,
I
I
realized
hear what you're saying.
I
Scabber, can I
realized.
respond to what you're saying now?
Okay, go. Well,
You're saying life was better under Trump, life was worse under Biden.
yes.
Therefore, Trump caused life to be better, and Biden caused life to be worse. This is an example of anti-intellectualism at its finest. You can't baselessly assume that anything that happens in the country was caused by the executive branch of our government. The reason why is because there's external variables that can impact how things function in our economy. And I will give you a perfect example.
Mhm.
Under Trump, April of 2020, highest unemployment rate in 100 years, 14.8%. Did Trump cause that because it happened under his presidency?
What was the date again?
April 2020.
2020. So you're talking about when it was COVID, when
Yes.
everyone lost their job,
Yes.
that they forced us to lose our job when Trump did not want that to happen, but they forced his hand because
Yes.
it's what they wanted.
So,
That's
are you telling me that it wasn't Trump, but it was rather an external variable?
what he Trump literally came out and said that he does not want
Scabber,
to
are you
force
telling
this
me it
on
wasn't
us.
Trump, but it was rather an external variable?
Yeah, it was due to COVID.
So, therefore, external variables such as COVID can impact how things happen in an economy. So, you have to isolate for those external variables by
Okay.
explicitly explaining to me exactly what the executive branch of our government did to turn the economy into shit.
Okay, but the external variable, as in COVID, I understand that part. But before COVID, everything, it's not even about. It's not
Okay,
even
Scabber,
about.
this is bad. I want you to repeat what I just said.
Repeat what you said about what?
The last statement that came out of my mouth.
About the external variable of what? What did you say?
Were you listening?
I mean, yeah, I'm listening, but I just
Then why can't you repeat what I said?
because you're just saying robot answers. That's what you do all day on live.
Why do you robot answers?
Yeah, it's like
What's a robot
But it's
answer?
because you just speak on like or like and everyone's
I
like, oh my god,
respond to what you
he
say
knows
and
what
I
he's saying, but
explain
you
how it's
really
wrong.
don't.
I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you just
What?
it's literally like a robotic answer. That's all you do. Like it's like you're reading off Chat GPT. Like just
Buddy, you
why
know
don't
the
you
funny
talk
thing
from your
is
personal experience?
why do you guys always say that shit? I debated Nick Fuentes for the second time last night. I absolutely fucking steamrolled him. The first thing he said was, "Oh, this guy's reading off a Chat GPT." How could I be reading off a Chat GPT streaming out of a fucking barren goddamn garage? You want to see what's happening behind the camera? There's an old washing
No, you're not
machine down
understanding what
there.
I
Shut
said.
up, Scabber.
I didn't.
There's an old washing machine down there. There's a
I
ring
didn't say
light.
you're reading off
I told you to shut the hell up, Scabber. I told you to shut the hell up. Now listen to me before I kick you. Over here, there's like an old ironing board with a bottle of water and some fucking Nutella and go. Where the hell is it was a Chat GPT, buddy? Yeah, I solo. Chop it up to Chat GPT. That's like telling a nat. Okay, Scabber, what the hell did I tell you to do? I told you to shut the hell up, to stop speaking, stop the unmuting. It's so annoying. You know, like telling me that all the answers I give are off of ChatGPT is like telling a natural bodybuilder that he's on steroids. It's a really big compliment.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I did not say you read off of ChatGPT. I'm saying your answer sound like it because you just sound like a robot, and it's just what the Democratic Party wants. That's why they picked you, and all these other losers because you guys sound robotic. You guys sound.
Explain to me how this answer is false. I don't care how I sound. I care if I'm wrong. Demonstrate this to you by having you explain how external variables impacted the rate of employment in April of 2020 under Trump when it was at a 100-year high. I conceptually then wrap this in to the performance of the economy under Biden and Harris's term, and how if you want to make the argument that Biden and Harris caused the economy to be worse, you can't baselessly assume that they did as the economy performed worse under their administration. However, instead, you have to describe what they did insofar as a policy that they passed that made it perform worse. Are you just saying that speaking intelligently is speaking robotically? If so, thanks for the compliment. Once again, don't care about the way I speak. I care about if I'm right or wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one question. You think
Unreal.
that the world?
Chat, should we kick him?
You think the world is better right now? You think everything's better right now?
Right now compared to when?
You think economy, everything right now under this whole administration for the past 4 years has been amazing?
Scabber, you have objectively not listened to a word that I said.
I know what you
literally said the economy performed worse under Biden and Harris.
So why are you standing with them?
I literally just described why. Does it go in one ear and out the other? Not everything that happens in the economy is caused by the president.
So they get no blame out. They get no blame at all, no fault.
Unless you could demonstrate why they should be at fault by telling me what they did to make the economy worse.
Well, don't you think that Trump winning the popular vote, first time a Republican in a long time, and it shows why the American people realize, and I know you can't realize it, but
what people? Who's a better pick for presidency in 2020?
Trump was.
But Biden won the popular vote.
Yeah, because they shoved it down our throats. That
Oh, so in other words, winning a popular vote doesn't
was bad.
automatically make you better for the country. Oh, so are you gonna fucking address and respond to what I said? I can't do this with you. I did it with Chris. You know, usually by this long in a stream, we're at like 7 to 8,000 viewers, but literally because of you and the last guest, we're at 2.7 because you suck. You can't respond to an argument, and you're absolutely insufferably annoying. Okay? I'm going to give you one last chance to respond to what I said. If you don't, you're done. Not everything that happens in the economy is caused by the president. If you want to make the argument that Biden and Harris caused the economy to be worse, you have to tell me how, such as naming what they did, including, but not limited to, policy.
Yeah, they made everything worse by paying losers like you to have a platform, and it's literally embarrassing. And
So I'm the reason that your
one day,
business failed?
one
I
day
just want to make
you
sure.
won't get
I'm
your
literally the reason that your business failed. Not to mention, I don't get paid by the administration.
outcome. What's gonna happen to you? You're gonna have no
So
views.
I only started streaming about politics 7 months ago. I thought you said that your business failed at the beginning of their administration.
I know you did. I used to watch you. You used to do that God and gay and whatever stuff. I saw your stuff before. We had an argument before, and I schooled you on the whole.
So my
gay
business,
thing.
my business
I-
only started. So your business only started failing as soon as I started talking about politics.
Like I said, I schooled you on the gay thing.
Shut up. So your business only started to fail once I started to debate politics.
No.
So then it wasn't caused by me. Thanks. So how did they
It was
cause it?
caused by your stupid administration.
What did they do?
What didn't they do? The whole world.
Okay, get out of here, Scabber. Guess is laughable, man. Jordan, I appreciate you for the $15 on Venmo for always being right. Thank you so much for the love, Jordan. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Charlotte, I'm just seeing your Venmo now saying Chris was in Liam's live a few weeks ago saying that he has no sympathy for women that don't report rape. That's gross. I'm sorry. Good thing he's gone. Okay, chat, we're going to go ahead and hit a restart. Guests are so insufferable or push got limited. The first two guests were literally so bad that the push of the live got limited. Click on the account, y'all. Click on the profile picture. Click through. I'll be back. 5 seconds. Stop.